Okay. So how to start a fresh article or a new article on English Dagbani Wikipedia. So yeah, in Canada, I want to start speaking in German. So I am Canada. Me yell na page mama I know very useful. I can page you go to resources. So I'm teaching la Dagbani main Wikipedia page. Here is it. So anytime come ka you'll be main page ma. Who karen zangana. They karen zangana. So these zangana chema kai article shine type ma. As the year ma. The way to type ben shakam ne in capital letter. You can just start. Didn't you have one sub maybe that bank. What now sub article like Damba. Dambon. I don't know whether in your type one. It's very. Let me see if I can zoom it. But I'm hoping that you can see my screen well. So here it's already there. And you can sub WP /DAG / you don't touch anything. I will change it and shut up on it. All you need to do is I am kind of to type it, but every time I start article, mostly the first letter ma the yellow capital bon. So no them palma don't only a small letter. Damba. During a damba article that template. Uncle no one the zamba la blind number. I cannot include the pino lahabal pal. Ama this one unknown. This is wrong. I subza capital letters. Wrong gambala. So the correct way to do it is what? Damba. The meaning yala word ma let's say damba puhubu. Damba puhubu. Other puhubu pima in yala capital.
Number one.
Okay, damba wabo. Damba wabo. 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 They oh then you man yellow.
Okay.
What then you man yellow then that's kind of
Okay. Yeah. Imamba.
Ema nyale.
in yellow.
Ema don't know kunya uncle Sarasha Malanya.
Okay, so I'm working no. I know. So first letter ma in your demand your capital, W magbanye capital. This is the right way to do it. Maka the ZAF capital is not acceptable. In English, I sabre bensha kamkanan the ZAF capital is like an insult.
Yeah.
So it's not advisable for article writing. So in one kunyele. One mazala capital. So I could click on Minillah by Canley. Karna you tita. This is where you paste your article. Maybe I put type fine. You just come and paste it here fresh. You don't have anything to do here. I can paste it on. So let me just pick a random page. All articles. So this CS Ghana CS cinema. Okay, no, but now okay, okay, category in there. Okay, then yes, the down, the down, okay, so I've not seen the article that I'm looking for. Okay, so when you use Ebola as a sample example, so maybe I can type content, you just copy it like this, and you come to okay. So maybe I can type elements one and translate it in short form. Then just come and paste it here. So this is how we begin article. So once you do this one, but I'm on the one lab on my visual editor, so I have to turn it to source editing. To do that, you have to make sure you're okay. I don't know if you can see this pencil, switch editor. That pencil like something now. I think I'm to click it, then you change it to what? Okay. I am pasting in content marshal plan. Tam kam ka you and type title maka click pile me lahbal palma then zanga mo kanapi. So these are kind of the text editing box and bala and to type anything I'm bora and to know everything here. So at the top here, if you can see it here, this is it.
Okay.
So I didn't go anywhere. It's just when you put the title of the article you are writing, and then you click on Filmillah Balpale, Mwokaren Yobe. Then Kazanga article mana to sonki. Pastel non ki. I'm pastel non ma kale top. Kona ma anye ka pencil be pencil ma shake and select visual editing. I know source code ma the two song shela visual editing. So you can select visual editing na. So doing a visual editing is very simple for you to do whatever you want to do. So this is enough to be an article. You can even publish it like this before you come back. And
okay, so the tool will be on visual editing instead of source editing, right?
Yes. Always use visual editing. Make sure it is visual editing when you are editing. So now,
Okay.
assuming like create a new article, then we are done. You can just go ahead and click on publish. That means you have created a new article like that. But you need to add what more content to it. So after publishing, you have to come back again and click on edit. Similar like the publishing, you now see edit here. And click on edit. So this is where you put your reference. If under my reference available, as I showed you, the cursor is blinking at the last full stop here. Here. So you now come to insert, you go to more, you come to basic reference. So then you paste the web URL. This is the web URL. You just highlight everything here on the page that you are getting the information from. Then copy it, then you come and paste it here. Then you click on insert. When you put anything there, insert will come, then click on insert. Once you do that, you have added a reference, and the reference will appear down. So now you have done one paragraph, which is like a whole article on itself. Some articles are just like this because there's no information about it. You can be writing short articles because as you get a lot of people, you don't review your letter, add more. Come on, create education, man, you can so that cannot add more information. So that's how Wikipedia is built by many people. You don't need to be the one being creating everything. So I could start with Jalan Kazamba. It's enough. Somebody would definitely do what? Would hop in and improve it. So yeah, to create the article now, what do we have to do again? Let's say I want to more information. You just hit enter. And yeah, in case I'm be last stop match, you can do what? Enter. Yeah, so and the enter can drop it to next page. Then you come to paragraph. That means I start the next section. Paragraph, you see heading. That's the only thing you need here. Heading. Bam. So heading balakana the logo. Or then low rishan. Then low rishan. Then low. Let me do the L capital low rishan. I don't know whether my Dagbani is right, but I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say.
That's okay.
So Sham, I have to use the. I'm looking for that. Okay, let me just get it here. It's supposed to be the other E, but this
yes.
is not. Okay, let me just do that.
Yeah, that's okay.
So next.
Separate the D and the N.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, exactly.
So this is how to start a new paragraph or section. You know, articles, everything you are writing about on article like Wikipedia, it has hierarchy, or how do I even say? The my last sections about human being, the Malcolm name, introduction, personal life, religion, education, occupation. When you are writing about festivals, you have to start, or we're writing about Ebola, right? So when you are writing about Duro, you know that Luciana bossy description. So the title, if you are now then lower nervation, then shell then you know, labin yarama, P10 then tonight never bang about la concept ma, then can highlight it, and all of them should have what should come in a structured way. It doesn't matter how you arrange it, but once it comes like this, I will start a new section, and then I hit enter again. So now anything I will put here will be my content. Let me just copy. I'm just doing a demo. Then I paste another thing here. So this is another section. So here I'm saying that this is how Doroma don't do more. Kebadinya mala reference. Important insert reference. Again, I should be at the last full stop. Then I go to insert. Then I will see more. Then I click on it. Then it will bring all these lists. Then I come to what basic reference. Basic reference. Then I copy the page, the URL, maybe internet is on Ghana web. Now just go and copy the Ghana web link. Mama, and your Ghana web article Shalambina. The top here, you just highlight everything and copy here. Then you come and paste it here. Simple. This is how we add reference. Then click on insert. And you don't cannot
Okay,
jump.
so reference assume as a you're writing an article, and then you got the question from a certain book, not necessarily a website. How do you then put that on?
Yeah. So to do that is in English Wikipedia is pretty simple, but this one, because we are now building it, we have not added it. Every day we keep adding things, but this is the same way you do. You go to reference, insert, you come down, instead of basic reference, you see cite from book. We'll add it. Cite from book. We should be able to add it soon. So it will also be here. But at the moment, it will be difficult to do because, but I will use the English Wikipedia to show you. New people are joining. So let me just go to English Wikipedia, then I'll show you how it is done in English Wikipedia. I will go back to the same Ebola article and I click on edit. That's no internet message. Okay, so yeah, I'm here. So let's say I'm going to add a reference in let me look for place to here. I want to add another reference to this article. Then the article to tell me about add a reference in article Wikipedia article. Then you want to come the Malia is about the references. Look at the number of references, over 200. So this makes it more unique and reliable. So any information you saw there were drawn from all these links. You see the reference, about 259 references. They have added to the article. So it makes it very unique and authentic. So the more references you have, the better the article. So yeah, so in your site.
Yeah.
Site.
Yes.
So let me go back to the Dagbani and see. The site is not added there yet. There's no site here. But in English, there is site. So we have to add this one to the Dagbani too. So if, let's assume that we are in Dagbani and there's site here. This is how you cite from a book or journal. You have to click on site. Have you seen, when I click on site, what do you see? You see automatic, you see manual, you see reuse. So what we've been doing all along was the automatic by just copying the, so my internet is, by just copying, when you use the automatic, that means you are copying the link just the same way I taught you on Dagbani Wikipedia. So you see here, reuse. If you have a use la link reference marshal to look at oh, do you know what is happening? They have protected this page. So they are thinking that I'm coming to do anything. Let me change a different article. They have added some vandalism mark on it, so nobody can edit it again. I'll change to a much simpler article so that we can see how to do instead of using Ebola. Okay. So William, on William Pussy. This is a new article. So here. I want to add a reference here. My cursor is here. You can see the site at the very top here. This is English Wikipedia. You just click on site. You see manual. You see reuse. You see automatic. So what we were doing was automatic. When you click on automatic, you just paste the URL here. When you are doing manual, that means you are citing from something that is offline. Offline means book, journal, newspaper, you know. So we will select a book if we are using a book. Have you seen a book? Yeah. So you click on book if you are citing from a book. You have to put the name of the writer of the book, the last name and his first name. These are not important. If the last name and the first name is not on the book, you just leave it. But the title of the book is very important. Where you see asterisk or star, that means that place is important. So the title here means the title of that book. So Dagbani Buku, just Dagbani, let me see, So let's say Bukuma title more. Then the publisher is also not important. Sometimes you don't see the publisher of certain books. But once you know the publisher, maybe the book was published by Swale Ahmed. Swale Ahmed. Publisher is different from the writer, but sometimes it can be the same. Ahmed. So we put here year of publication 2002. Then ISBN. Most books have ISBN. Then put if you look at the cover of the book or the back cover, you see it. If it's there, you write it there. If it's not there, you leave it. Location of publication. The book was written in where? Tamale or Yendi. So when you are able to get to this page, you can insert it like the way we inserted the reference, the other one. Here you have to indicate the page. Where did you get the information? You can't say the whole book. There's a particular page that you got that information from. Then you put page 2 or page 2 to 3. Then you insert. So this is how you add references to book, which it is not at the moment. We can't easily see it at the top here, but this is how we did it. You see that I've added a reference. Dagbani Buku Yendi, Swale Ahmed, 2009, page. And here the post fine, automatic. This is how we see things like from online publication when you are referencing people's work, like American APA and those things. This is how it is done. So I hope I've answered the book reference thing. If it's, you are citing a journal or newspaper, it's the same way. You just come to cite. Make sure you are on the last full stop of that place you want to cite. Ghana here. You go to cite. It will take you to website, news.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Great.
Yeah, we can go ahead.
Okay. So now we know how to welcome those who have just joined us. Now we know how to, let me move away from the English. Now we know how to add reference. We know how to add links. We know how to set our preferences. We know how to create a new article. At this point, if you have any specific question, I'll be happy to take it up.
Yeah, I want to ask about there was a discussion one day about like my name when I go to the page, it's still in red, and it's like you were given directions as to how to change it to blue,
Yeah.
but I didn't get that one quite clear.
Yeah. So I'll go back to
Yes.
that one. Let me
Okay.
just share my screen again. Okay, so as I mentioned, once you create one account, a username and password, you can use it on all Wikimedia projects. You use the same login. You don't need to have multiple accounts. So at the moment, I'm logged into Dagbani Wikipedia. Let me just log out and log in again so it will be clearer. No, I don't need to log in. But if you are here, you see that I've logged in. Anytime you log in, you see your name at the top here. Can you see your name? So anytime you log into your account, where the login and log out is, you see contributions, you see watch list, you see data, you see preference, you see talk, you see notification,
Yes.
you see messages, you see notification, you see your page, your name is written there. So if you can have your username and account all right, but you should have a user page that you would like to share more information about yourself. So if it's red, that means you don't have a user page yet, but you can log in and edit and do anything. To create that, you just click on it. You have to click on it like this. Okay.
On the name.
Yeah, the red. If you click on the red, it will take you to an empty page, and they will tell you that this username does not exist. Would you want to create it or something like that? Then go to create it. They will just put it in blue. That means when you click on that same link, create user page, it will open the text box like you are writing an article. Somebody will think that maybe you are writing an article, but that is your user page. The difference is here is what my user page. This is not a Wikipedia article. It is my personal user page.
Okay.
So because I have my own page, you can put your pictures, you can put video about yourself, anything. Probably anything that you just want to show people, you can put it there. You may want to add your work, everything. But basically, to change it to blue, you just have to write something small. Maybe my name is this from Ghana. As simple as that. It will change to blue.
Okay.
You just type my
Thank you
name.
so much.
My name is Swale Ahmed from Ghana. You can add more things if you want, but once you put it like that, everything is going to show blue. Your name will now appear in blue, and everything will be written like this. It won't be like this. It will take time for you to do this. It's also very easy, but you can do that some other time. You can
Okay.
put your phone, your contacts, email, LinkedIn, everything here. So this means anybody, as we are editing, I showed you how I see all of you. So anybody, and Wikimedia is a global community, thousands of people. So sometimes you make some changes to an article that somebody in US have created somewhere. Once you make a change to it, he would want to see who did that. And then he will now come to your name and click, and he will see that, oh, this person is from Ghana. There are some people, they don't want to even put their real names there. They just feel like, I want to be anonymous. So you can choose whichever way. But me, I want them to know where I am, what I do. And it is very nice when you do that. People, at least you can know people in real life. So this is how to create your user page. You see the when you log in, you see So you log in, you see contribution, watch list, Twitter, preference, talk, messages, all the notification. When you do things, you can always be clicking here to read things that Wikipedia sends you. You see notification when somebody do something. So this one is an alert I think Sadat sent to me. So I did something on the discussion page and he said, "What? I thank you for your recent edit. All pages." So this is where you can check notifications. People will send you notifications or messages. So this is where to create your account. Yeah. So I hope that has been answered.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. So there's
Thanks so
another
much.
thing. Every page on Wikipedia, the other day I spoke about it. There's a place called discussion. The discussion, that's where we come to argue. Wikipedia is an open community, no one owns it. So if you have an issue with someone, you don't go about like attacking people. We have a very polite way of dealing things. Even when you feel very angry, there's a way to respond to people. As we continue to edit Wikipedia, we will learn so many of these things, like how to be polite and conduct yourself as an editor. So this is the discussion page. When you create an article and there are problems with it, you see here, Masley came and wrote, I think he did not complete his education at 10 UST. He was just doing a trial, so he canceled what he has written. Wikipedia, when you create something, you don't delete it. If you want, you can cancel it like this, but you can't take it away like that. It's supposed to be there forever. So if he came and did something like this, I can also come back and say anything I want to do. So this is where we can discuss. If the Alas and Wayo article has some issues that I think is not correct, I'll come and edit it. I will just click on edit, and I'll tell him that, hey, this thing that you have added to Alas and Wayo, I think it is not the right thing. This is how it is supposed to be. So this is where we argue amongst ourselves as editors or contributors to Wikipedia. Yeah, I think I'm done with that for discussion. We've done how to create a new page. We did preferences. Many of you, I see so many people have just joined us. So I would like to show people how they can set their preferences so that we will see who is editing the Dagbani language. So to do that, you go to the very top corner here, right corner, you log in. I'm already logged in. You see contribution, you see watch list, data, preference. You come to preference. When you click on preference, you have to scroll down, where you see internationalization. For those of us who have not yet set our preference, this is how you can easily do that. Internationalization here. Here, you see language. It's already set to English. You don't touch anything there. Text wiki. Usually it is none or all, but you have to change it to Wikipedia. So you just click on it. It's usually like this. When you open it for the first time, it's going to be like this. So if you are changing your preference, this is the only place you make changes. The only two places, here and here. So instead of it being all or none, you just click here. Then you make sure you select Wikipedia. Then test wiki language. Then type small d, small a, small g. That is all. This is how you set your preference. Very simple like that. Just these two. You change here to Wikipedia, then type DAG. As simple as that. Then you scroll down and click on save, because I've not made any. If I make any change, save will be highlighted blue. Then I click on it, then I've saved. As simple as that. That way, we'll now be able to see you as one of the contributors to Wikipedia in Dagbani. So that is a quick one on preference. But most of you are using phones. You will not see preferences if you are on your phone. So you have to scroll down to the page. You will see something like desktop, mobile view. Have you seen? If you are on your mobile phone, this is how it's going to look like. You will not see all these things. You will not see the preference. So you have to switch to desktop.
Mm.
So if you are on mobile view, you will not see what I was showing. Let me go back to home. Preference will not come. So you have to come to the bottom and change it to what? Desktop. When you are on your account, you always have to make sure you are on desktop if you want to set your preference, because with mobile view, it will not show. So I'm changing it back to desktop. Then now the preference is now showing because I changed it to desktop. Then I can now do all the changes that I want. And I was talking about contributions. So here you can see since you started your account, how many contributions you have made. And anybody can see it. Anybody can see. So these are the contributions I've made on a page. You can check up to 500 here. So the contributions allows you to see. And here, this is where it's interesting for you to be recognized and be like known, for people to know that, yeah, this person is, is also there. This is where you have to be seen, like you have to see that you have a lot of edits. You have to see that you have a lot of contribution. So anything you do, if you correct a comma, a full stop, and publish, it as what? One edit. So any change you do is a valuable contribution on Wikimedia project. So corrections, comma, typo, grammar, always do that and save, publish. Then it will be adding here your contributions. It will be added here. So yeah, basically this is how you check your contribution. The watch list. When you create your own article, you have to select before you publish. There's a place like watch this page. Watch this page means, especially if I'm the one who started the article, I would want to see the changes that other people are making. So when you select on watch this page, all the pages that you are watching will be listed here. Then when somebody do something, they tell you that this person has done this and that to your article. So check it and you go and check it. So you can always check your watch. You can always watch articles, even if you are not the one who have created it and somebody has created. I see that some people have created articles like Ghana Education, but I still want to watch it because I want to know what is happening around that article, so I can make corrections and see what's going on there. So you can always watch a page. So we've done contributions, watch list, reference, the top page. Top page is where they sent you, like the first time you created your account, they sent you something and information. That's where it goes. When you are having discussions with people, all of them comes to the top page. So notification, if you click on alert notification, things that are happening in the pages, you see somebody has mentioned me on an article, it will show. So at this point, if you have any question, especially those who have recently joined us, we are 5 minutes past 11.
Okay. Check the contributors for us.
I should, okay.
Check on the contributors so that we know those who are contributing to the bank.
Okay, so you go to resources. This page, I said all of us should have this page. Let me put it on the group so that when you go to resources, you see the main page. If anytime you are looking for the Dagbani main, the Wikipedia main page, it's listed under resources on this page. Here, contributors to Dagbani Wikipedia. When you click on it, that's where I can see those who have set their preferences. So I see
Your screen is not shared.
Can you see my screen?
I can't see.
Oh, I've not shared my screen. Apologies. Apologies. Let me go and share my screen. So I have to start everything again. So I was referring to this page. When this, we should all have this page at our fingertips. You just go to resources. You have added so many resources and fun things. So here you see the main Wikipedia page, the brand Wikipedia. If you are looking for the link and you are not sure where you can find it, or I sent it to you sometime back, just come to resources. You see it here. Contributors to Dagbani Wikipedia, useful links, under useful links, you see here. Who made the most edits? Here you can see that. All pages in Dagbani Wikipedia is here. So let's see contributors to Dagbani Wikipedia, where I can see those who have set their preferences to Dagbani. Yeah, so you can see them here. Actually, Itam Simli, Alhaj Derajat, Alasan Mohammed Awal. So all these people have set their preferences to Dagbani. And they are still in red because they have not created their user pages. I've showed you how to do that. So you can quickly do that to have your name in blue. Yeah. So if your name is not here, that means you have not set your preference. I would want to take you back to that if you need assistance right now. So these are the only contributors to the money at the moment. Maybe you might have
I think you should do that.
Okay, I should take you to where you can set your preference.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. It's pretty simple. I think it's one of the easiest things to do. Here, you can see my screen right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see preferences, you click on preferences.
Okay.
Before you get here, that means you are logged in. And as I told you, I'm sure you know how to switch mobile and desktop view when you are on your computer.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you just scroll down to the last part of your phone and your laptop or mobile phone. You see mobile view. You switch it to mobile, you can switch it to desktop. So it's already desktop. So if I want to send it to mobile, I'll just click here. But I want it to be able to set your preference, it has to be on what? Desktop view. That's where you can see preference easily. So we are on, I click on preference at the top. It takes me here. Then I scroll down. I don't need to change anything. I just go straight to internationalization. I don't need to change
Well, you
anything.
already passed.
So here, this is internationalization. The language is by default English. Test wiki. When you are new or you have not changed anything, it's normally none or all. So you have to change it to make sure it's changed to what Wikipedia, right? So this is the only
Okay.
two places you change. So once you change it to Wikipedia, you see test wiki language, then type DAG. In that space, if there's already DAG, you leave it like that. If there isn't any other thing, just clear it and type DAG. Please mute yourself if you are not talking. I can get feedback.
Somebody's
So you just type de-aging. That means you are changing it. So these are the only changes you make to it. Have your name listed. Pretty simple. You change test wiki to Wikipedia. You change test wiki language to de-aging. And you just go down, scroll down, 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 down. Then you click on save. Here you can even change some things if you want, but by default it's fine. If you want people to send you email directly, you can select those things. But once you change these two things, test wiki, you change it to what? Wikipedia, test wiki language, you type DAG, then save. You have set your preference. Any question?
I think it's quite clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Okay. I think it's fine.
Okay. So how, did you just do it so I can cross check to be sure?
No, I'll do it afterwards.
Okay, cool. So we've done, now I see that other people have recently joined us. I would like to go back to new article creation. New article creation. We should end at 11:30. Welcome to the Dagbani. Whenever you open the main page where you see Amarabana Wikipedia, you see something like this. WP /DAG
Age.
/ because the Dagbani Wikipedia is still under incubation. If it was live, this thing will not show. Like you just type the full article name, but because it's Wikipedia, they've created this thing to be able to track the things that we are doing. So you don't change anything here. Nothing is changed here. And yesterday I was talking about how some people write everything in capital letters. It's not advisable. So if I'm writing maybe Alasan and maybe Abu Abu Ali, Abu Ali, this is the best way to write it. You see that I've not even given a space. I just make sure the A is at the last edge of the slash, the forward slash, and I type A. So the first letter should be A, capital. Yeah, so Abu Ali, this is the best way to start an article of a person. So then, if it's one word, Abu, it should be like this, but no capital, full capital, like how people write it, Abu or Abu Ali like this. This is wrong, not advisable. So when you do the right thing like this, Abu Ali, then click the next thing you need to do, just click on this link. Then it will open something like this. This is like a Microsoft Word. Everybody, most of us knows how to use Microsoft Word. And you now come and wherever you type your information, usually it's very important that you type it on your notepad or maybe Word document or somewhere. So when you come, it will be easier for you. Just copy it like this.
Oh.
So copy it like this. Yes. So you copy it like this. I'm trying to push this. Okay. So as it open like a Microsoft Word, you just come and paste your whatever article. So if it's one paragraph, two paragraph, just paste everything here. The only important thing you need to change here is if let's say it's the name of a person, you have to highlight it and make it bold. Okay, I'm on visual source editing. So you always remember to change it. I like using the source editing more.
Huh?
You always change it to visual editing. So I'm switching it back to visual editing. So when you are here, you see that I've made this one and the first letter bold. It is the name of a person. So this is how you, even a line like this is enough for you to publish. You can click on publish. You can click on publish. That's the first Wikipedia. So here we already discussed how we can put references. So as usual, you just come to insert. I've typed, let's assume I've just typed this line as an article, a beginning of an article. I may want to reference that. So if I have the reference written somewhere, I just go to insert. And I come
Okay.
down to more, and I go to
Can I
bold.
ask this before?
Yes, please.
May I find out which of the edits is the default one? The default is it the visual edit or
The
source edit by default?
when you create, I don't know how, I don't remember when I first created my account, which one was it, but I think it was source editing. But
Okay.
now the default is visual because for newcomers, they automatically set your editing to visual. The difference between source and visual editing is that source editing is good for those who understand programming language. If you have a good background in IT, it uses code. So if you want to put bold, if you want to bolden something like how I bolden become, to do it on visual editing, you just click on bold as how you do it on Microsoft. But for source editing, you have to put this thing. You see what they've done to make it bold. This is it comma, single comma, or single quotation. Sorry. So the
Oh,
single, so you put it three. When you make it three in source editing, it is equivalent to just selecting bold at the top here. So which one will make your life easier? I think the visual editing will make your life more easier than source editing because
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you have to always keep adding these things like this. And there are so many things that are very complicated here. So always remember to switch to visual editing. Visual editing. So this is how we begin. This assuming we are creating a new article. This is how it's going to be like Abu Ali. Become familiar with the translation, to translate some messages, to get the translator right, participate in your favorite project. So this is an article, just one line. Other people will come and continue from it if you don't have much information. But if you have to move to a next page, let's say this is the introduction, to move to the next section, personal life. So how are we going to say personal life in Dagbani? Let's assume we are going to add Abu Ali's personal life. How do we say personal life in Dagbani? I'm not sure. I know.
Mamdiago.
Obiago. No,
Mamdiago.
Obiago. So Obiago. So when you put something like that, let me just do something like this. But what you need to do is you have to, first of all, you are here to add a new section Amamambiago as a section. You have to hit enter. Then come to paragraph. You see heading. You type heading like this.
Sadik, I think personal life should be openly how he started, something like that.
Oh,
Instead of
killable. Okay.
openly.
Hey, are you sure you are not deceiving us?
Your pinley is
Not,
just starting.
and my
Your
personal life,
pinley is just starting.
and so that is basically what we are doing. If you read most of the wiki articles, the personal life will start from entails usually how the person started, and all that.
So
Uh,
killable.
openly, openly. Let's say
Openly.
he was born in this town or in this
Uh,
at this age, and how listen.
Then you are talking about one direction. If you just say your pinley, meaning that how he started.
So Amamambiawu is not actually referring to somebody. And
uh, okay.
it's referring to you in particular, you the actor, the one
Yeah.
writing. So we need to find something that somebody will read and know that, oh, it's about the one we are creating the content about.
Yeah.
On.
But if you said Aptinle, but you end up writing the whole story
I
about
didn't say
yourself.
openly. I didn't say openly. I said openly. For
Yeah,
instance,
Optinle.
we are writing about John Mahama. Then we come to openly. Once the thing is titled openly, we are writing for some people to read.
Yeah,
So
no.
openly, but if you heading that, if you put the heading, I'm a Mamjago,
So
and the
so
thing is not talking about you in particular, but another person. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
you
know
will not
what you're
do
talking about.
okay. So
What we
this
are
is
saying is that
mm,
if you say openly, you are talking about somebody, huh?
the
Openly,
person we
but
are openly.
meaning you are talking about the beginning of that
I
person.
think our problem is our personal life. Now we are trying to get a term that is more
mm,
directly related to which is not what we are looking at.
Oh.
mm.
You
So
get
the name
the
I
personal
understand
life
what
usually.
Baba is saying. So sometimes even yesterday I was trying some translations. Some of you I was sending them for you to help me with the translation because there are some words if you want to directly translate it, you end up messing.
Then yeah,
So
Yeah,
you
I
have,
know.
you have to look at the structure that you want to use it for. Then you now follow that trend. So what we will do is at the beginning it will be very difficult. But for English, I know how to do English for all levels of
Yes,
like articles. So
yes.
I'm going to list them. Then we will find time and then arrange them how we want it. So personal life, education, career, and then religion. I will list them, then we'll put them in order how it's supposed to be as in Dagbani. I think that should be an easy thing to do.
So pumpo ya, I didn't tuna yell test I what the wins out.
Mm,
Usually personal life, ma.
mm.
If you are writing somebody's personal life, what does it entail? So we can
So,
look at that and find a term,
uh-huh.
appropriate term
so,
in Dagbani for it.
so personal life entails things like, but he was born in this town. He came from this community. He attended.
Yes, I think that is, assuming you appear before, let's say you are to attend an interview, and then as you appear before the panel, they
We
ask
can
you
hear.
to tell us. Hello,
Your line is
can you
breaking,
hear
Chief.
me?
Your line is
A line is
fixed.
breaking.
Your line is
Uh-huh.
so we can't hear
Okay,
you.
Okay,
then if it is
like
that, then we will say otare.
The
Otari,
Tarihi is the biography. Anya,
is it playing now?
the Tarihi is the entire profile of that person.
yes. The
Uh-huh.
Tari is like the whole thing.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the
So
whole thing.
So,
openly will do well for me,
yes.
and I think we just
So, Shelley, I can call you a very quick one. If you can see my screen.
be kat ya chilisham.
Uh-huh.
Even ya.
But this one is rather correct. Pilisham.
Uh-huh.
Let me check
No,
this
the
one.
openly because we are not technically, into Dagbani.
Eh,
That's why we are
anyhow,
targeting the
that is the problem I also have. I have the idea, but I'm not technically
uh,
inclined with Dagbani. So we
so
need to.
openly or chilisham.
So look at this one.
One of them.
This is Fancy Gadam's article, right? So we are
Yes.
talking about early life and music career. So even it doesn't necessarily have to be like you can put a combination of two. If the person is his article is not that much, so you may not have early life as in very huge. So they say what he was born in Hausa Zongo, a suburb of Tamale, the capital town of the northern region of Ghana. So because they don't have much to say about those things, they combine that with a music career. So the combination started from where Fancy Gadam started his music career at the age of 12 as a performer at schools and public events. So this combines the two. So it's not necessarily there are articles that you see early life, stand alone, music career, stand alone, and then some of them they will combine the two of them. Some too you will see personal life. They are all the same. All depends on how you would put the information there. But if you put personal life, it could have just made it like personal life, then move to music career. You understand? Then education.
No.
We could have structured it, but he's a very his article is pretty new. We may not have when you are comparing this to things like Nanado, you see that personal life will be different because there's so much they can say about personal life. politics, they will just put politics or political career, and they will say so much about his political career.
Yes.
So these are the examples that discography and biographies of people. They varies. We have biographies for different categories of people, like musicians, politicians. You cannot put politicians' biography like you are writing for a musician. It's definitely not right. So this is how his own, and for musicians and actresses and actors, we will need like awards. So we could have just written something like award or awards, but here they they want to combine the two, awards and nominations. So these are sections that we can. So these are things that we were talking about. But the introduction is usually, if you are going to start an article. So I don't know who would want to write this article in Dagbani as well. You just look at the easiest way to do that is just select the English Wikipedia, go to the English article, and look at how it is structured. So we have the page as Fancy Gadam, then you see Mohammed Mujahid Bello. Usually, if the person's stage name or his well-known name is different from the real name, you start with the name that people know. But when you are writing it, you have to. I think somebody messed something up here. I have to correct it.
And the one done, that must go.
Some people are stupid.
And the musical artist, I think.
Somebody, some people, I'll go and undo all these things.
One done, I don't know what that means.
Somebody,
musical artist.
So I'll remove it. I have to remove it. And then I've stopped doing it because I was helping them with it, but I stopped watching it because those guys are not serious. When you are doing it, they don't even. Sometimes I ask them information and they do like you are doing them a favor. So I left them. I created it and I did all the stuff here. So I'm going to correct it. Somebody was trying to. So I'll just.
Must I say we created it? Come
on. So let me just move to the next page. So now I think we now know how you can structure. This was where we were talking about. So when you put something like this, let's say we have agreed on this one, you just hit enter. So whatever you are going to put here will be your text. The text that you have written somewhere or something that you are beginning to type, you just put it here and put your full stop again. To go to another section, you have to hit enter again, then come back to paragraph, you go to heading, Shukuru, education. When you put it like this, you hit enter, it will drop down to the line, then put whatever information you want to put there. Now then come back to here, hit enter. I hope you are getting how it is done. Then go back to paragraph again. So these are how you can add sections to articles. So you can add another section like that is it, just that. So this is how we start a new article. Once you are done with this, you click on publish, it should show. And I showed you how to add links. If you are typing inside, in between the text, there's something that is already like an article on the page, or you think that it should be created on its own. Whilst people are reading, they would want to see pages linked to other articles. So messages, let's say translate. If there's an article like that and I want to make it a link, I just highlight it and I come to the top here. When you hover, you see link. If you're on desktop, if not, you just click on this ring light something. And when you click on it, it will open something like this for you. When I click done, it will make it a link, but in red. That means the article translate doesn't exist on Dagbani Wikipedia, but you are just telling people that, look, you can create it because it's something that we can create. So anybody who comes there can begin an article on it, like just clicking here, then you send the person to create article. So this is how you link information. But if it's something that exists already, it will turn into what? Blue. So while the person is reading, he can still open that and read what is there. So that is just about that on linking articles. And then we've done reference. Anybody, do you have any question with regards to linking, starting a section, starting Wikipedia page, and then adding references? Any question? So this is where you can undo and redo, just like Microsoft Word. I'm clearing all that I did. So anything you do, you publish, and always make sure that you are logged in. Always make sure you are logged in before you do. If you log in and edit, it will add up to your contribution. But if you edit without logging in, you go waste. Your contribution is not going to be added in your name. And every contribution I said what matters.
Is it possible to edit or do any contribution without logging in?
Yeah, you can edit.
That way?
Yes, Wikipedia is such that you can make any contribution without logging in, but for your own good. If you are doing editing, you should be able to, keep your contribution so people know what you've been doing or then how much you are important to the community. And these are the things that they use when they are given like there's something like maybe if they are going, sometimes they send thank you messages, they send a whole lot of things. So you have to always.
So those are the things that will tell you that you are actually logged in, right? Like you have done something and then you receive a notification from Wikipedia. You have done this. So
yes, but if you don't log in, if you don't log in, you don't get any notification. You can still edit without logging in. Some people prefer to edit without logging in, but that is not advisable. You have to have your own account and log in and know what you are doing. But if you come there, mostly people who edit without logging in, they are those who vandalize articles. Like they are bad people, and they can easily block you. They can block your IP. Blocking you means because they can't come and catch you or arrest you. They will just block your IP address. They can block your phone IP, your internet IP, your they can ban you for life. Anytime you start with the same email, they'll ban you. So Wikipedia is open for everyone, but we say that anybody at all can edit Wikipedia, but in quotes, not every stupid person can edit Wikipedia. Because when you come and you put trash there, it will be deleted immediately. I'm sure most of you would have tried something maybe at some point in time on English Wikipedia. If you put anything that is not right, it doesn't stay. They are bots. How do I say it? Bot like robots, tiny computers that they are programmed on the internet that detects these things. So if you put wrong things, they are able to flag them as wrong things, and then they get deleted. We also have people who are different levels of controllers. We have piloters, those who pilot articles. Anytime somebody click anything or made any contribution, they are alerted, they are notified, and they are able to check whether it's authentic. Even by creating a new article, because we are in the incubator, you will not see all these things. This is a very big opportunity for us to write more articles without having to go through the struggle. So by the time we will go live, we would have learned so much and will become more knowledgeable even on the English Wikipedia. So this is a platform for us to play around. When you make mistakes, you don't get penalized. We don't have strict rules and regulations. So all the mistakes for now can be made here. Then Sadat and I will be able to correct them. And as I indicated, because we'll be looking for administrators as well. We can get administrators for Wikipedia in Japan, and they want people who understands the language. So some of you, depending on your contribution, I will send you a link if you are interested in becoming an administrator. They will recognize you as an administrator, which means anybody who comes there to do anything on Dagbani Wikipedia, they will tell you that look, someone is doing something, check it out. And it's a privilege to be an administrator on Wikipedia. Yeah, so most of us here can qualify for that if we, and all boils down to your contribution, because when you apply, they'll check you now, what have you done, and you want to be an administrator. So let's, even if you don't have time to create, when I started, I did not start by creating articles in the brand. I just, when the things that I see, like full stop, comma, those errors, and then I start correcting them like that. They are all contributions. So the one who created an article is equally in the same level with you as editing or making changes. If you have any other question, general question like that, then Wikipedia. And the project, the reason why I really want us to be on, like we should all be up and running is there's a contest coming up. It is starting on the 1st of October. I'll be sending a lot of information on that. And there are a lot of prizes. Seriously, we have prizes we get because Wikipedia has given us funding to do this. So we are not using our own funds. It's been sponsored. The Media Foundation has given us grants to do this, and they want to recognize people because we don't pay people to edit. It's a volunteer project. We have a way of recognizing, and the prizes are big. We do that for the English Wikipedia. We did that for Parliament of Ghana projects, and people always win. Somebody can win as much as 1,300, 1,400, 500 CD world of what voucher like a Melcom shop, right? So we don't usually give fiscal cash at some point because we discourage. We don't want people to be paid for editing Wikipedia because Wikipedia is entirely volunteer based. So we normally give them in reward. We can buy items for them worth that amount. So this one to there's huge, what's the name? Right, we have set aside some interesting rewards for those who participate. It's going to be a one month challenge to recognize those who make the most edit. As I said, every little thing you do and publish, anytime you click on publish, the little thing you did as a contribution, we'll look at how many contributions you have made throughout the contest. So the one with the highest number of edits will win an award. The one with quality content, that's another category, will win an award. And then the one with the most articles. So we'll be editing articles. We'll be editing articles in Dagbani, English, and Wikidata. There's another two I'll teach later. That on I think next week. That's the only training we'll do again. So if you have any question, if you really want to win this award, because if you don't understand the thing and you go and you mess up, you won't win anything. You just be wasting your time. So I would really, that's why I'm just, yesterday night I stayed with most of you up to like 2 o'clock or so. And I woke up very early and I started this because I want us to get it. It is best to get it right than making mistakes and correcting it. They won't take us serious. This Wikipedia is still in incubation. So the to work it towards it, we have to put up quality content. Then we'll submit to them that, look, this is the community, we are doing a lot. Make it live so the whole world will know that Wikipedia is now available in English. And the dwelling number of articles Shanati and creating out, the dweller, how frequent we edit, how many people are in the community, all these things will help them accept Dagbani Wikipedia as a recognized Wikipedia among the over 300 languages. So it is up to us as native speakers. Sadat and I, we are not as versed as some of you. Some of you have studied Dagbani at the university level and all that. But we can have something like we can collaborate and work together. If I don't know how to write quality Dagbani article, but I know how to structure it, then we come together and then make it work. So that is it. And we are looking for, right now we are looking for judges. We are looking for a jury team for Wikidata. We have jury for Wikidata. We are looking for a judge for Dagbani. So I'm looking at those who are doing a lot of contributions. And the judge, you will not be able to participate. Once you are a judge, you will not be able to participate. But we have awards. Everyone will get some award for being a judge for Wikipedia and the contest. We will give a lot of awards. And I will be happy to see most of you, especially those who have spent some time with us during the whole process. You can win awards. It helps us to be able to publish quality content, helps our research skills. As we write, we do research. Before you put information, you have to make sure you are getting the source from a credible platform. So all these things helps us. And if you are a Dagbani teacher, it's the best platform for you to explore and upgrade yourself. You learn digital skills, you learn how to reference people's work. There are so many things for everyone. As I was saying, there are people, if you are somebody who likes English, like reading, you are interested in dictionary words, you are interested in quotations, even photographers, there's something for photographers. If you are a photographer, you can take pictures like maybe burning the content about photo places, because when we are writing articles in Wikipedia, we need um, photos to put to their articles. So if I write article about Tamil Teaching Hospital, I should be able to get a picture attached to it. And with that, we'll talk about that. It's a different topic altogether. You don't go and pick pictures from online or anywhere. You have to upload it to another sister project called Wikimedia Commons to be able to use it. So whoever is on the group, there's something for you. If you are interested in just translation, maybe dates, numbers, you want to translate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D in the band, you can do it, and all of them are part of the Wikimedia project. So at this juncture, I would like to pause and take questions. If you have any questions, have any something to share with us, if I miss something.
Denial.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, tell them that.
I checked the Yaraman. Some create article shama. The program done to translate like yes. But the Dagbani method translate like yes, like be in 1999.
Yes.
I know you to learn Kwabagane, the Yulmagba Pina. I would, So I translate la. So I current letter panimano and Gamazani. So Dagbani to zo katinon Shambia ni 1999 Cabrado. Trying Kalame 1999 at the Fashatin Jango. Year the Balambala. So Anto Yalbrado la Bunjo Yumpishin sa Kanan Koti Yashale, Yumpishin Yanga Dia and Louis Yashale 1990. So I quote along then don't wanna it's accepted, but I can't say Salvanma you into Lenny.
Yeah. So I think I posted this
sometimes. Rational.
Yeah, so those are mistakes. Anya, then that start telling me most of us we don't know these things. We know how, but even those ones were not done by us. It was done by some students who were writing about Ebola and medical content. So the majority of the articles you see are medical content, like related content. So they were writing it like that, ditto, ditto. So yes, very, very true. You can write, even in English, when you are writing an article and it's even Arabic, you don't use the Arabic letters, numbers. You have to use the English if you are translating it from the English. So those things are not things that we can write in full. You have to write it in numbers or how it is. So I really understand what you are saying, and it is our duty to correct that. So once we spend some time on them, we'll be able to correct them and we'll be able to clean most of these things. I think this are really useful information that we need to take note of. So thank you for bringing that up. Any other question before I wrap up?
I think we are done for the day.
Everything is okay. So at least, are we all going to challenge ourselves to create one article each before the contest? Because I want us to be able, everybody be able to create at least one article each. So I will send you really simple articles like people. Then just look at the English article and then put the structure. You don't need to write everything as it is written in English. So I'll give that challenge to some of us here so that at least we will all be able to, create one article each before next week. So once we do the final training next week, we will not do other trainings again. And I will not have time to attend to people on like one-on-one basis because I'll be reviewing people's work. At that point, it's like judgment day. Judgment day, you don't repent. You can't repent again. So whatever mistake you do will penalize you for that. Those who will be writing wrong things, you will be deducting marks for that. So I will
Okay, can we also write about monuments?
everything you can think of. Monument, you can start with now data to write about even a line or two. You are good to go. Anything you can think of, provided and Wikipedia asks the last thing we'll do, we'll now dive deep into the Wikipedia guidelines. As we are moving to getting it live, we have to adhere to some of the policies on Wikipedia or Wikimedia in general. Wherever you are putting the content, whether Dagbani or any other Wikimedia sister project, you have to write from a neutral point of view. Neutral point of view. We have something we call Wikipedia voice. The way you write articles on people's website or personal websites, personal blogs, it's not the same way you write on Wikipedia. There are things like weasel words. We don't use them on Wikipedia. Like he was the best footballer. Messi is the most talented. Those things are not neutral point of view. You are promoting the person. So if Messi is even he was voted the best player by FIFA. You can use that. Oh, Messi was voted the best player in this year by FIFA. That is a cool way to say it, but not on your own assumption. You say the whole world, Messi is the best player. There's nothing like that on Wikipedia. Or this person is the worst, let's say Nanado or John Mahama is the worst president ever in Ghana. When you write something like that, it is not ethical. You have to write it from a neutral point of view. We'll talk about that deeper in our last meeting and training before we go to the content. Because we're writing about 43 articles, all on the Northern Achiever, those that they've interviewed on the Northern Achiever program on Sagani TV. I've created a very nice and easy to maneuver around template, which I will share with you when the contest begins. And we have made it so simple in a way that people should not struggle to edit or participate in the contest. We've done so much to make things very easier. I understand the fact that most of you will have challenges with computers, but to make your life easier during the contest, I would strongly recommend that you get a laptop. which would help you to be able to do things faster than a mobile phone. And with the judges, we are looking for those who have computers. You can't do the jury work if you are not on a computer. So I'll reach out to people here, and then those who want to be judges for the Dagbani. If you are a judge, you still get something huge. Yeah, and those who contest, you can contest at the same time, be a judge. So writing, you can write about anything.
Sometimes we have a lot of stories to write about, but then the reference, say, I know certain history about Japan, and I want to talk about it. I want to share that story, but then I heard it just an oral tradition. I just heard it from someone, and I also want to narrate it. You see, so how do I then get the reference?
So you heard it from someone, right?
Yes.
That's
like
we call it oral citation. We don't accept oral citation at the moment on all Wikimedia projects, but for this Dagbani purpose, depending on how you put it, write it without the reference because you heard it from the person. So write it there, we'll review it. We are looking for ways. We know that when it comes to local content there, we can't do without oral citation.
Yes.
Most of our histories are things that they sit us down and tell us, and they are really authentic. But when it comes to Wikipedia, because Wikipedia has its own guidelines, they will not, because they don't want to put
and even like I just want to provide a story about like a certain animal that I want to write a story about. So I write it.
Yeah, you can write it.
How do I
just put it even
the
there.
reference?
Don't mind the reference at the moment. Just write it and let us know so we can see how we can help you structure it well. If it's something that I've heard from people, let's say poems, even we will be doing things like Salma, poems and Salma, storytelling and those things. We can do that. Those ones you don't need to reference them. Just write it as it is. You can pick information from books and just write maybe a story. I remember this Salma that we used to do, and this Patin the story in the you can be putting all those things. Then we'll look at it. Because those are really important information for us, or we have, but because we are not able to use oral citations, Wikipedia may not allow it. But there are things around that. Just put it there. We'll review it and make it work. Or at this point, every information we need, you can put it there. You can start writing about animals. You can be writing about areas in time, let's say, Nohani. You can just pick something and writing about them. If you are writing about an area, you would want to see where it is located, around how many people are living in that community. You know. So anything you can. Wikipedia is an encyclopedia where all information you can put all information that you want, but in a very right manner. Yeah, so we have 5 minutes and we've gone past another 1 hour. So if you have a last minute question, suggestion, at this point, I want to believe that we have all set our preferences to Dagbani, and I also want to believe that we know how to create a new article. I want to believe that we have been able to understand how to add links to Wikipedia, and then what else? Yeah. So if you have any questions, before I end the call. But I'm really happy to see most of you. I've seen a lot of you doing a lot of work. I think those are really important things for us. I will encourage you to continue that. In the contest, it is just by the corner. Everything is almost set. We are waiting for the last training, then we'll announce final. We'll give the final announcement for the contest. The last training will come next week. Yeah. Any question? suggestion, recommendation. If I would like to end the course here, 1, 2, 3, 4 for participation, and I hope that we have learned ending the call if you don't have any question again. And we can continue the discussion. Any question you have, just post it on the group. We will be able to address it. As I earlier on mentioned, we don't have a lot of people. Once we have some few dedicated people, usually that is how we start project. We start with a huge number, and then as we keep going, those who are really interested will stay. Those who are not interested will fall out. So we are not looking at the number. Honestly, I'm not bothered about how many people are in the community, but I'm looking at how many people are contributing or participating in the activity. Okay, so thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.